Hello everyone, I'm Salad, and welcome back to Pokemon Ultra Moon. Now, last time, I forget exactly what happened, but I know we ran into somebody that we ran into before, and also there's a bunch of dimensional portals, and it's kind of crazy. And a lot of very important stuff seemed to happen. Now, I don't normally record on weekdays like this, but I did just learn that somebody I was hanging out with had COVID, so hopefully I don't get it. Last time I had it, it was really bad for me, and I wasn't able to record for 2 weeks, so that's why I'm recording here on a weekday. Like I said, I don't normally do that, but if I do end up actually getting symptoms, then I won't be able to record for like 2 weeks, and that will suck. So I thought I should get this in now before I get symptoms of COVID if I have it. So hopefully I just don't. But regardless, what are we even in here for? I forget. I remember we had Lily was in here, right? When terrific Tapu travel, the Tapu Guardian deities are each thought to have made their own respective fixed islands into their base. However, that is a recent understanding, and the Tapu of old were said to capriciously visit other islands, play with people and Pokemon, and then fly off to somewhere else. It seemed as if, for the Tapu, these were aimless trips. But while it may have seemed like wandering, we suspect that the Tapu were trying to facilitate communication between islands. Okay, but they don't go between islands anymore? Why? Also, again, what am I doing here exactly? Completely forgotten. Okay, we're going up here, and here's Lily. Oh, this is a new character over in the left-hand side. You can easily tell who's not an NPC, and they don't seem to be an NPC. Must be a very valuable book, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to take it out of the library. What you laughing about? You the librarian? Interesting armband. Is this what you're looking for, princess? Give it a read. Oh, of course. Well, it's titled The Light of Alola. I'll just, read it aloud, shall I? You gonna read the whole book aloud in a library? You say so. The empty sky broke asunder, a hole appearing where had been none. Okay? A single beast appeared from in it. It was named the beast that calls the moon. So they were talking before about some kind of beast that like consumes light and then became light or whatever. Is that what this is talking about? The king of Alola bowed before it, the beast that stole all heaven's light. Yep, the island guardians fought against it, but in the end they lost the fight. Wait, so this planet has already seen that? I thought the idea was that that creature had not yet come here, and we were going to try to prevent it from arriving here. But it seems like it's been here before, and the guardians fought against it, but in the end they lost. Okay. Then did the beast that brings the dark cast its paw on the line of kings. So would the beast that had won mark the path for all such finished things. Mark the path? So it marked a path here? What does that mean? Beast of Sun and Moon. Oh no, Beast of Sun and Beast of Moon. Okay, so that's where the name of the game comes from. Through their union, they brought new life. A fragile heir and Alola born, that island guardians would keep from strife. A fragile heir and Alola born? So there's a Beast of Sun and a Beast of Moon, and they had a child that was meant to be... Wait, a fragile heir and Alola born that island guardians would keep from strife? So the island guardians are protecting a child of Sun and Moon? The ancient kings sang their thanks for Lunala with songs of flute. Two tones rang out across the altar, a perfect pair even after mute. Two tones? I don't know what that paragraph is trying to say. That was some lore, though. Isn't it great? My dad's books are all great. What? I mean, yes, it is. But when you say your father... Is this book very old? Yeah, it belonged to my dad. I know I don't look it, but my family used to be pretty much royalty. I'd have all my dad's books moved here so they didn't get ruined by the Pokemon. Ruined by the Pokemon? What do you mean? Where did you have them before? I can tell you lots of other old stories about Alola too. You interested? Well, that would be wonderful. I'd be delighted if you did. I think I'll stay here, but I know why you've come to... Ula Ula. You'll be undergoing another trial, won't you, Salad? Good luck with it. It's hard for me to pronounce all these different names. I read that Ula Ula Island's electric type trial can only be reached by the bus on Route 10. Got it. Alright, we got electric types to deal with, that's fine. Once we're done with Mali City, we should head to Route 10. Lots of Pokemon there. Yep, that does appear to be our destination. Is there anything else to see? Oh, sticker. Grab the sticker. Nope, wrong button. I'm forgetting my buttons. There we go. 33 totem stickers. I'm sure there's a lot more than that in the game. Oh, yep, and there's one right over here. I'm sure I've missed lots and lots of them so far. Okay. Now then. What's this over on the right side of the map there? Oh, we've already been there, haven't we? Isn't that the park? Yeah, I think we've already been there. Okay, let's not get stuck shopping for clothes again. I've got to be wary of resisting the urge to go into clothing stores. Wow, the camera changes just to go into this section. This is important? Okay, apparently it's important. I could tell because of the camera switch, but I'm still surprised. Hey Mom, do you know how Granddaddy's Pokemon are doing? I hope they're okay. I don't know, maybe they're going on another island challenge with a new trainer. That Nebby? No, Dartrix. Dartrix jumped out of the Pokeball and trusted to you? What? Okay, why is Dartrix doing this? How could it even... Wait, how can the Pokemon even do that, jumping out of a Pokeball on its own? I thought once they were caught, they were caught. Obviously, they can jump out when you're trying to catch them, right? But afterwards, them jumping out on their own, I don't recall that ever happening before. You're Granddaddy's Dartrix, aren't you? What? So did this Dartrix... Wait. No. No, because this wasn't a Dartrix when we first got it, so that can't be right. Wait, why do you have Granddaddy's Dartrix? Oh no, this is a misunderstanding. You explained how you were entrusted with the Pokeball. You liked Granddaddy so much you didn't want to go anywhere, huh? What? This can't be somebody else's Dartrix. It was the Dartrix when I got it. Well, don't worry, Dartrix. From now on, I'll be with you all the time. Oh no, we're having our Pokemon stolen by a middle schooler again, or a preschooler. The Island Challenge to battle? I don't know what I'm supposed to say here, but to battle? I don't know. All I know is I just want to be with it all the time. Heh. What do you mean, heh? Why'd you jump out of the Pokemon in the first place, Dartrix? What are you trying to do? Trying to leave me and go right off to... I don't know. Be somebody else's Pokemon? You turned Dartrix to his Pokeball. Yeah. Wait, what? You handed over the left Pokeball? What? Dartrix, you have to tell me about my granddaddy. Like, why did he never evolve you into a Decidueye? What? What's going on? I don't like this. I think it's mental urban. No! What is going on? I don't like what's happening here. Wait. I can't believe it. It couldn't leave the box because it was so attached to my father. It seems like a strong bond can be a burden sometimes. What are you talking about? What just happened? Did I seriously just lose my... Hold on. No way I seriously just lost my... No, I have my Decidueye. Oh, wait. Okay, so this confused the heck out of me. I forgot. Mine was already a Decidueye anyways. Where did I get a Dartrix from? I had a spare Pokeball? Oh, right. I picked up like a left Pokeball at some point. Okay, so... Okay. That freaked me out for a while. But I picked up a random Pokemon at some point. Random Pokeball at some point. I forgot about that. So that's what it was for. Okay. Okay. Jeez. Way to confuse me, game. Why did they have to make it a Dartrix? That scared me. If I had really given up my Dartrix right there, I would have just reset and reloaded my save and it went past them because I am not losing my Dartrix or Decidueye as it is now. That would have been crazy. Clean, clean. The fighting style of janitors is also clean. Uh-huh. And we got the traditional lag of starting up the game for the first time today. Don't worry about it, it's normal. The challenge by Janitor Melvin. 2 Pokemon, okay. Again though, we're on the last island, aren't we? And people still only have two Pokemon here? Oh, right. There's one thing I also learned from my comments, and that's, oh, I don't have the Pokemon in here anymore, but Inkay apparently only evolves if you have your 3DS upside down, which is weird. I don't know if I'll be able to even like make that happen, but that's just an interesting thing that I learned. And of course, since I record these videos months and months in advance, that comment was a long time ago for whoever's watching on YouTube. Right, I guess I'll just crunch here. Chompa-chomp. Also, this is a new Pokemon. I've never seen this before. Trubbish? It's just a pile of rubbish? Probably. Chomp chomp. Good, good. Gaining more levels. This is what I want. Jenner and Melvin is about to send in Trubbish. Another Trubbish? Alright, let's level our Decidueye a bit more, I think. Yeah, Trubbish, yes. And also, our Decidueye isn't a flying type anymore, right? Let me just confirm that. Yeah, it's not. And that's actually a good thing for this upcoming fight, because we're going to be fighting lightning types, and I'm pretty sure lightning is strong against flying. So that's pretty cool. I wonder what's good against whatever this is. I really wish I had a stronger grass type move than Razor Leaf, because we've had this for a while. Stockpile. Okay. Raising its stats. Apparently grass is not good against it, so what does Spirit Shackle do? Prevents it from escaping. Okay, well, we'll do that, I guess. Cool looking move. Send out an explosive arrow. Spotless! Whatever you say, buddy. Oh, also, let me make absolutely sure that my Pokemon are on the right, have the right held items. No, I don't want to move Pokemon. I want to move a held item. No, no, no. Held item. Okay. Mixing up all my buttons, but that's okay. Black glasses. Who has the... Okay. Cha has the amulet coin. We're moving that. Need to move it to mile. We absolutely need the extra money. Always. These people are just looking at a wall for. Oh, apparently they have a story. Alright, I'd say we're about done, yeah? Let's call it a day and get home. Grime. Hey, what are you doing out here, kid? This is a restricted area. We're working here. Oh, if it's a restricted area, I should put up, like, traffic cones at least. Seriously, boy? Aren't you a Malay native? We're famous for our hospitality. And kids need to explore and see the world. How else are they gonna learn? I swear. Yes, father. I mean, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what you really want. Then I'll tell this random trespasser about what it is we do here. This is where we take care of all the garbage produced in the Alola region, young lady. Okay, so that's why we ran into like a pile of trash Pokemon. We janitors work together with our Pokemon towards this goal, in fact. The garbage that the human workers gather is consumed by muck and grimer like this one here. Our president here beside me has a muck that can eat 10 tons of rubbish in a single day. Man, what a convenient thing. But where does all that go? Though, me and Grimer here are still just temporary contract workers. Isn't that an island challenge amulet you have there? I took on the trials myself when I was a kid. Though, it was a bit too much for me. And so I actually ended up giving up right away. Darn. Look here, kid. Seems to me that my muck's had a bit too much to eat today. How about you join me in a battle and provide it with a bit of exercise to aid the old digestion? Sure. Good, you got chutzpah, my friend. Now let's get this thing happening. Alright. Another trainer to steamroll, I'm sure. Yep, he only has one Pokemon. Oh! That's a really interesting coloration on that. I thought the other, like, Grimer was weirdly colored too. Is that a shiny muck? Or is this a new... Is this a new type of Pokemon? Because Grimer was not a new type of Pokemon. Because I've seen it before in previous games. But is Muck like a new evolution of it? Or is it just like a shiny one? I don't know what's going on here. I don't remember enough to know for sure. But I know for a fact that that is not what it normally looks like. Or, well, not something I've seen before, I should say. It's evasiveness rose. Okay, we apparently don't do any damage, so that's not ideal. Let's just switch Pokemon then. I don't know what's good against it. I assume it's poison type, right? Or dark? Minimize. It's raising its evasiveness a lot. But doesn't seem to matter. Yeah, raising evasiveness doesn't seem to do as much as I would normally have expected. It can't escape, but apparently we don't have anything that does damage to it. I could try Razor Leaf or Pluck. Let's just try Pluck. Okay, it avoided. Alright, it's really gonna do this kind of spam, huh? Evasiveness spam. This could be bad. Yeah, it's just avoiding all of the attacks now. Spraying acid. Being damaged by poison. Yeah, we get one more attack with the Decidueye. And we're still not working. Okay. Alright, fine. You have to switch. Oh, okay. I didn't expect the Decidueye to actually die from that. Let's try Araquanid. And let's just do Infestation. Let's see how that works. Hopefully we can actually hit. No, we can't. Well, we have to hit someday. If nothing else, I know that we can use aerial ace to hit it. But I don't want to keep leveling up our Cha. Goodness gracious. This is not working. How come their evasiveness works really well for the opposing team's characters right now, but it's never really worked well for me? That's cheating. Wow, okay, yeah, we're gonna lose our Pokemon. Hit, please. I think we're just dead, huh? Yeah, it's still avoiding our attacks. I think we have no choice but to go use Aerial Ace. This is ridiculous. I'm glad we still have Aerial Ace as an option. This is insane. There we go. The always reliable Cha. But man. I was exercising to aid digestion, but you came at me full on. Well, I received money. But man, that was rough. Not too shabby, just like I'd figured. You got something in you, kid. Amazing, you even beat my boss's muck. What are you doing standing there like a lump? You're up next, you useless dullard. What? Me? Me and Grimer? There's no way we could win against this kid. You see? Just like you did with your trials when you were a kid. The moment something starts to look tough, you give a cry and off you run. You give up. And you're supposed to be my son. How could I leave this plant to you if you never learn the value of a bit of hard work? I can't ever leave things in your hands if you don't give me a reason to trust you can handle it. Father. Fine, we'll do it. We'll not run away anymore. I'll give this everything I've got. Give me a minute, please. Count on you, kid. Help me out here. Yeah. 1 second. 1 second. Well, let's go grab this real quick. Yay, an antidote. Alright, real quick, I need to go heal up my Pokemon, so I'm gonna go do that, and then we'll be back to go fight him. So, does Minimize increase evasiveness more than Double Team does? Is that what was going on in that fight? Because it only did Minimize like a couple times, and then I seem to just never be able to hit it at all. Is that the thing? It does Minimize? It said it strongly increased evasiveness, but I don't remember what Double Team said it did. I guess that must be it. I don't believe that there are different rules for me and for the enemy trainers. Pretty sure evasiveness is gonna work the same either way. So either I got super unlucky, and the enemies just keep getting super lucky, or Minimize is a stronger move than Double Team. And maybe has less power points or a chance to fail or something. Alright. Let's do this. You're challenged by Ace Trainer Chase. I wonder what they say if you lose. I don't think I've ever lost in a trainer battle. Not except in the battle arena thing. Okay. Another Grimer. Knocking off my amulet coin, I'm assuming with that? Yeah, okay. I figured that would happen. Alright, so let's switch over to Araquanid again. I want to see if its moves are actually effective. And maybe give it some levels. Oh no, we're doing this again, really? Alright, let's do Infestation. Please hit. Thank you. Ow. Poison touch? Okay, yeah, it's poisoning me. Wait, poison touch, is that... I don't think that was part of its, like, a poison move that it just did. I think that was its passive effect. So if that's a guaranteed way to poison somebody physically attacking a Grimer, then that means I could use... If I had a Grimer, I could use it to poison an enemy. And then I have that move that does a lot of damage to somebody who's poisoned. It sounds like it could possibly be a good combo. Anyway, let's Bubble Beam again. Okay. That did work. Okay, I think we're dead here if we miss this Bubble Beam. It's not spamming minimized, so that's good. There we go. Good job, Araquanid. Father, that was my best shot. You received a lot of money for winning. Thank goodness for all the money. Blast it all. I'm sorry, Father. I really am. Just a weakling. You're hired. Okay, Father? I'm not your father, I'm your boss, and I'm saying that you're hired, boy. From this day forth, I'm making you to the head of the plant, and I won't hear another word of complaint about it from you. Just from that battle? Okay. What? You saw that this trainer was stronger than you, or even me, and still you and your Grimer went up against her with everything that you had in you. Well, I mean, you kind of forced him to do it, and pushed him to do it. I don't know if that really counts, but okay. That's what I've always wanted to see from you, that kind of persistence and drive. That's why you and Grimer, that's why you're going to take over for me. Thank you, sir. Father, sir. I mean, Mr. Former President, sir. Sorry for using you to teach my boy a lesson. When I saw that this island challenge amulet you had there, it just hit me, you know? Take this for your troubles. Maybe twisted, but it's not garbage. What? Twisted spoon? Does that increase psychic type moves, maybe? Now that I got my successor sorted out, I can finally retire to a life of peace and quiet. I think I can trust my boy's crew to keep on eating up all of Alola's garbage from now on. Yes, sir, you can, sir. Alright, yeah. Well, we got our backstory on the garbage men of this this area, I guess. Let me take a look at that twisted spoon real quick, although I'm pretty sure it does exactly what I said it does. Let's just verify. Oh, and we got this mental herb, right? I'm to be held by Pokemon. The holder shakes off move binding effects to move freely. Move binding can only be used once. So stuff that prevents it from using a move? Okay. I haven't ran into much of that. Although I did run into it once, didn't I? That you could, where you couldn't use the same move twice. An item to be held by Pokemon. It's yeah, boost psychic type moves. Exactly what I thought it did. All right. Just making sure. Oh, these two are just here too now. Me and my Grimer have been working really hard ever since then. You do your best too. I'll be hoping you succeed in your own dreams. Yes, you've been working hard in like the 30 seconds since I spoke to you last. You again, young trial goer. Thanks again for helping me set my son to rights before. Grime indeed. Nice. Stuff is behind the building, as it should be. Oh, hello, Alola! You know, oh, this is Oak! I didn't even realize this was Professor Oak. You know that Alola and Grimer are in fact not native to the region at all, but instead are what we would call naturalized Pokemon? There's not so much sludge and pollution for Grimer to feed on here in Alola, though. They've grown to feed on garbage instead. They do not give off a foul stench thanks to the way they contain any poisons within their bodies. But their crystals are terribly poisonous. Here, I got something good for you. Huh? A friend ball. Does that increase like the closeness of a Pokemon you catch with it? I hope you'll try to complete your Pokedex for Rotom's sake as well. Okay. Hello there. Anything to say, buddy? Huh? Who are you? You need something? No. I don't know, you seemed conspicuous, so I wanted to talk to you. There's probably a Grimer in these bushes, but I don't know if I can be bothered to deal with that right now. Let me see, where am I actually supposed to be headed? Let's actually open up the map. If I can. No, I don't want to. I get it, Rotom. Let me see the map. Okay. I see, I'm supposed to be going that way. Can I zoom in? Okay. So I need to head over here. I need to head southwest. Got it. Okay, now I understand. Get on Arturos. Zoom, zoom, zoom! Okay. Random Fearow appeared, okay. I don't think I care too much about getting a Fearow, but we'll kill it anyways. I do want to level my other... Oh, agility. Speed Rose. I don't think we care about that. Yeah, I do want to level my other characters, so... we'll deal with it. I do wish Mile had a greater variety of moves, but it's tough because I don't necessarily want to get rid of False Swipe. Just in case I want to catch more Pokemon. Nice. Araquanid's gaining levels. Okay, more trainers to fight. The ridiculous power at the scene of a fire. Was this a fireman? Yeah. You're challenged by firefighter Alex. Artillery. I wonder if the type of Pokeball they throw has anything to do with things. Because I just noticed he threw out a ball that was like black. Hold on, let me take a look at the... Can I see what these look like? Yeah, I can. Which one did he throw? Was it an Ultra? Okay, he might have just thrown an Ultra Ball. I was thinking maybe he threw a Dusk Ball, but that's not the case. Alright, if he just threw an Ultra Ball, then I can't know anything from the type of ball he threw. I thought that would have been kind of cool if, like, every time you fought a Water type, they would throw out a Net Ball, and if it was a Dark type, they throw out a Dusk Ball or something. I thought that would have been cool, but it's just an Ultra Ball. It's fine. Ow. I think I'm just gonna get killed here if I don't switch, so... let's level our Growlithe up a little bit, maybe. Although, we're probably gonna get hit by a Water-type attack and take damage. Yep. Exactly right. And we lowered its attack, but it's doing a special attack. Yeah, okay, we just died. Maybe that wasn't the best, smartest move I could have made. Decidueye then. Let's see. Let's do Spirit Shackle, I guess. Very cool. Aura Beam. Apparently that's super effective, whatever that is. Just Razor Leaf it to death now. Probably would have been good to start with since, yeah, that's super effective on it. I just don't trust Razor Leaf to do much these days. Alright, good. Gained a level. At lost, I was extinguished. You were indeed. What? What now? Birds. Okay, they're coming out of the trees. Got it. Whoa, what is that? Skarmory. Interesting. I feel like I might have seen this Pokemon before, but I'm not sure. Okay, hold on. We're capturing this because that's Steel type, and I don't think we have a Steel type right now. And it looks cool, and that's the most important thing. So let's heal up Mile, and we'll false swipe it a bit. Ear cutter, okay. Good, that did nothing. Fight, false swipe. Okay, that did absolutely nothing, and that was a critical hit. Wow. It's doing literally nothing. Alright, I'm worried that Crunch will kill it. Yeah, I'm worried that Crunch is going to kill it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep doing false swipe. I don't care that it's doing no damage. And since this is gonna take forever, I'm gonna do double team. Okay, yeah. So double team increases our evasiveness, but it doesn't raise sharply, it just raises. So it's definitely not as good of a move as minimize. From what it seems like. Oh, I didn't mean to crunch. Oops, I hope this thing doesn't kill it. Okay, it actually doesn't. Then we're good. I was worried there. We'll use it one more time then, and hopefully we don't get a critical. Okay, good. Now we can just false swipe it. Although I think a Steel type is not going to be very good in the next battle. Since we're going to be fighting a bunch of lightning types, something that's flying and steel is going to be pretty bad in that case. But that's okay. We'll have it for later. Still waiting on my Metagross too. Still hoping we find one. Alright, Ultra Ball, go. One, two. Oh, okay. Let's try to hurt it a little bit more then. And another one. Oh, okay. It's immediately not working. I don't think there's much else I can do, though. Now it's calling for help. Okay. Surely there's got to be something I could do here. What does a Quick Ball do again? If you use at the start, okay, that's not going to help. Progressively more effective the more turns that are taken in battle. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, let's use this because we've taken a while. No, okay, apparently it's not good enough. This is not going well. Grow friendlier. More friendly toward you immediately. Yeah, okay, so those are friendly balls, but that's definitely not going to work right now. I'm pretty sure we have no choice but just to keep spamming Ultra Balls and hope, right? I could switch to Chaw to try to see if that helps. Okay, there we go. Skarmory was caught. That was a tough one. Tough one to catch. Mario wants to learn the move Sucker Punch. Sure. Let's see. Move enables the user to attack first. This move fails if the target is not readying an attack. Okay, so if they don't attack, then this move doesn't go first. Interesting. Alright, so in that case, we're going to want to get rid of Crunch, probably. It's the same type of move. Crunch does do more damage. May lower defense. But I don't think I want to give up on anything else. So we're going to do that. Alright, everyone's leveling. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, what details do we got on it? Okay, and it does not evolve. Armor Bird Pokemon. Its body is draped in steel armor. It looks heavy, but it can fly at speeds up to 185 miles per hour. Yeah, well, I mean, heavy things can still go fast. I mean, airplanes are made of metal and can go over 185 miles per hour. So, not too surprising. No, it doesn't need a nickname, and it's going in the box. It's not going to be helpful soon. Has metal coat. Oh, put it in my bag. That probably increases metal type moves, I guess. Alright, cool. Berries? Oh, okay, another Pokemon. Hiding in the berries. What do we got? Ah, Crabrawler. We've already caught one of these before. And we gave it to somebody else, but I don't think we need to get another one. Okay, none of our stuff is very effective. Let's just run. I don't think we care about getting a Crabrawler. Young girl with an island challenge amulet? Your Pokemon are looking a bit tired. Oh, thank you. Your Pokemon are healthy. Yes, that is wonderful because I was thinking about heading back to the city to heal up, but now I don't have to. I'm gonna get off of my Tauros. Grab this real quick. Max revive. Alright, come back here. Where'd you go? You. Were you bothered by this beauty strolling along, or by my Pokemon? I was not bothered by anything. I was just here to take your money. Beauty Andrea. A Flaffy, we've seen that before. It's definitely really unfair that we have so many more Pokemon than everybody still. It failed. Wait, it failed? Because they used Confuse Ray? Does Confuse Ray not count as an attack? Does it have to be a physical attack? Or does it have to be an attack that directly does damage for Sucker Punch to work? Okay, this is not. Okay, that didn't directly do damage, so that's why it didn't do it work. Okay, it worked that time. And that paralyzed us because it was using a physical attack. Okay, I'm not sure I like Sucker Punch very much then. Let's switch to Growlithe. There we go. Oh, stop trying to confuse me. Okay, let's use Flame Burst. I think that's a ranged attack. Could be wrong. No, don't charge yourself up. So it's special. Oh, I see. That's interesting. It's an interesting tactic. So I see what it's doing. Flaffy, when you attack it physically, you get paralyzed. But if you attack it with a special attack, it's using charge up in order to protect against that. Very interesting. Yeah, that didn't do much because it's been buffing up its special defense. Let's just use a fighting type move then, maybe? Okay, apparently that didn't do much. Ow. Okay, it's increasing a special defense again. It doesn't really matter though. Nice, and it's gone. And I'm pretty sure we... Okay, there we go. Yeah, we level up. Wants to learn agility. I don't think I want to learn agility because that just increases our speed, right? Yeah, I mean, it does sharply increase the speed stat. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. This, it's my impression that speed matters in like the competitive scene, but it's more like your base speed matters and hitting specific speed breakpoints. But as for like using a move agility to increase your speed, that sounds kind of useless to me because you're wasting time. You're wasting a move to do a move that allows you to get a move in first, but you could have just done the move. So I don't know. Maybe there's certain setups that require you to move first in a turn. Just like there's that there's certain moves that want you to get like attack second, and maybe in that case using agility could be required for that. But I don't see many. I don't see like it doesn't seem like that's a common tactic. So I'm not gonna learn agility. I don't see myself doing that. Seems like a waste of time for me to do that right now. You bother me. Well, then you shouldn't have tried fighting me. All right, let's heal up again. We're taking a lot. I noticed we're taking a lot more damage lately, but it is, it is kind of just because we haven't been using Cha. It's kind of the main reason. Another Firo. I am not interested. But well, again, we're gonna fight it anyways because we need the XP. See, now if I was using Crunch instead of Sucker Punch, I'm pretty sure this would be a 2-hit against this Firo, but I'm not, so it won't be. Alright, we're gonna switch out. Let's see, he's Bug and Water. Bug is not going to be good against Flying. And then Grass and Ghost, would that be good? And then we got Fire. Let's do some Fire again. We use our Growlithe more. Yeah, increase your speed. Go ahead. Okay, so what do I want to do? Oh right, Z power. I haven't really been doing that. Inferno Overdrive. Why is the top one sparkling? Power 120 and Power 140. So yeah, the power varies depending on the original move, I see. So this one's apparently stronger. Alright, we'll use it on the Firo on the left. So I see the one on the right tried to mirror move. But I didn't attack it, so it didn't work, I think. Yeah, there you go. Growlithe surrounded itself with its Z power. It's been a long time since we used our Z power. Inferno Overdrive. See how this goes. It's quite an animation. Still didn't kill it though. I think I'm kind of just dead here. I can try taking out this Fearow, I guess. Using Aerial Ace again. There we go. Not bad. Good job, Growlithe. Alright, now we're gonna need to switch out Pokemon, otherwise Growlithe is dead, so CGI time. Ooh, okay, that's super effective. But it's okay. We will just pluck you and that should do something. Ow. I wonder why that's super effective. Is flying good against grass? I know it's good against bug. Or is it the fact that we're ghost? Decidueye gained, okay, XP. Growlithe gained XP. Everyone gained XP. Cool. Right. Yep. Again, we're gonna heal up because we have to. Hello there. Bus is gonna get a whole lot of people to where they need to go all at once. Now, I'd kind of like to see a whole herd of ride Pokemon like Tauros stampeding together. Let's see. That might not. It might be kind of dangerous. Wee you! My impression of a siren is pretty good, eh? I'm pretty good at Pokemon battles too. Why is he out here imitating a siren? I haven't seen any cars, have I? No, I have. I think I have seen cars. Yeah, I definitely did. You're challenged by Police Officer Mitchell. I don't see him driving around though. There's a lot of parked cars. Oh, Growlithe. I like how Mile never looks at the enemy. He's looking away. Yeah, Sucker Punch, I guess. Nothing else I can do with Mile. Bonk. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's a special attack. Interesting. Sucker Punch still works even on special attacks. That's good to know. So if the attack doesn't do direct damage, though, then that move fails. Okay, Chaw's gaining levels. I feel like what I want to do now is, oops, wrong button. I am going to do this. Held item, move that, and then I'm going to do this. Held item of Chaw, move to Growlithe, and we're going to put Growlithe at the front. We'll do that. There we go. Let's try that. Because otherwise, we only have Sucker Punch as our move, and that's kind of a problem. Ah, it's Team Skull again. What? You've never seen somebody take a bus stop to go before? What? Hey, yo! You try to steal our bus stop? Best go and find your own, you heard? Why is there a bus stop over here? Doesn't look like much of a road. You're challenged by Team Skull Grunt. It's weird that there's two of them and I'm not doing a duo battle. Houndoom, right? Well, I got my own hound. No, Houndour. What does this move do again? It was more powerful the less HP we have. Okay. So let's just bite it. Wait, what did that say? I didn't notice that. He was identified? Huh? Wait, is he immune to fire type moves? Is that what it said? Flash fire, it doesn't affect. Oh, okay. So they're immune to fire type moves. I didn't realize that. Now I know. Wow, that hurt. Reversal. Jump. Okay, apparently that's super effective. I did not know that they were immune to fire. That is good to know. Hey, yo, when I fight, I'm not supposed to lose. Dang, I lost. Then my homies gotta fight you. That's just life in Team Skull. We stand up to even the strong, yo. We stand up, but not for long, yo. Yeah, you definitely don't stand up for long. Not with only one Pokemon. I like that we get that whole intro for them. Golbat, okay. So Growlithe should still be hurt. So reversal should work pretty well. I would think. Wait, no, it says not very effective. Crap. Didn't notice that, and we got critical hitted. Okay. Araquanid, let's go. Although I don't think this is maybe the good idea because it's a bug type, and that's a flying type. Even so. Became confused. And of course we always hurt ourselves in confusion. Of course we would. Yeah, and that's gonna use a flying type move and then we're just gonna die, huh? And it's a critical hit, of course it is. And of course we hit ourselves in confusion. Why is my luck so bad? Okay, we finally got to use a move. Did do a lot of damage, but now we've got to switch out. Bring out Mile again. Our Pokemon are just taking a beating. Not using Cha makes things a lot tougher. Oh, Sucker Punch doesn't use against Confused Ray. Work against Confused Ray. Darn it. And we're almost out. Not enough to kill it, huh? Rather annoying. Nice. Even more levels. I don't know if you care, but that bus stop weighs about as much as a golem. What? So, am I to understand that they were carrying this bus stop around? Yo, think about the bus drivers. If we take this bus stop, they can all chill. Oh, I'll move this. Back to living large at the mansion. What? Live at the mansion? They have a mansion? Salad. What's going on? Some Team Skull punks just ran past me going the other direction, yeah? I sure wish they'd challenge the League instead of getting up to no good all the time. The League? Oh ho, you'll find out soon enough. Just you wait, cousin. The League. I'm assuming that's the end game of this, like the final boss. We want to head up Mount Hokulati. We should take the bus. It'll blast us up there to the top. Yeah, as quick as a sky uppercut.